Hello from Winchester. I am Sarah Williams.
And how do you know of the mission,
And
Sarah
how do I
Williams?
know of the mission? Well, I was on staff here for 4 years, almost 4 years. I still want to say I'm attached.
Yes, you
I'll
are.
never be able to completely let go. I had to take a little hiatus, I guess, or take a little break because I'm working on my LCSW and I had to get a lot of hours and go through that process. So I'm trying to finalize that, take my exam so I can move forward with other things. Get things back on my schedule. So I haven't been here in a few months, but looking forward to continuing to work with the mission in the upcoming days or months. So
yeah. And LCSW, I know what that is. You know what that is. Explain to people what LCSW is, what that means, and what you do.
Okay, so I'm working on my LCSW, which is a licensed clinical social worker. So I went back to school, did my degree in psychology at UVA. Actually, I graduated at 45 or 47 years old.
Girl, get it.
Then I went ahead and did my master's. When I did my career change, I knew that I wanted to help people. So I went and did my bachelor's. And when I got done, I did my master's in social work. And the clinical route is the LCSW, which is the licensed clinical social worker license. So that's what I'm working on now. I'm just waiting for the state to say, go ahead, you can take your exam.
Yeah. And how much longer until you can do that?
Well, I'm done with all my hours. You have to get so many hours at it. So I'm done with all my hours. And I've submitted all my paperwork. So
hot diggity.
Just got to finalize a couple things, some papers they need, but otherwise all the hours are done. And I'll just, in the next 30 days, when they complete it, they'll tell me when I can sit for my exam.
So you've got all the free time now. You're up to nothing. Just.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, you know.
I know you. I've never seen you when you're not like, I just can't keep up. Like, I don't know what to. But I love that. I love that so much about you. You're so passionate.
When something leaves, something else comes in. Because I'm like, I feel like I've got to be doing something 24 hours a day. I don't know.
Yeah. But, and how did you kind of end up in doing the work that you're doing? Why social? Why LCSW? Why counseling? Why that?
Well, because of my history. So I have some background in addiction, some alcohol issues. So I went into treatment in 2007. And when I came out, my life changed. A lot of different things changed in my life, separation and divorce kind of things. And so I just decided to go back to school and see what I could do I knew then that I wanted to help people just from being in the rooms of AA and being a sponsor to people. So that's why I knew I wanted to help people, and I knew I wanted to help them with their mental health. So
yeah,
that's how I got on that route. And right now, between the experience that I got here at the mission, which was just invaluable, my time here, and working at Valley Health. So I'm now over there working with that crew in the inpatient unit for now, in our new empath unit. And that's why
Jason Craig was just here talking about that.
That's why I didn't make it after midnight, because I actually didn't get off till 2:30. Yeah. And this old lady here can't stay up like she used to stay up. Yeah.
Well,
so
neither can I.
So I was like, I'm going to go home and go in the morning. So that's why I didn't make it last night.
Well, I'm so glad that
it wasn't because I saw you out here shaking.
Yeah. Well, and we ended up moving inside from like around like 9:30 or so. And then we made the move back outside around like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I was grateful for that. It got way too cold out here.
Yeah. Bless y'all's hearts. I mean, all across the country, they're doing this, right?
Yeah. There's 13 there's 13 of us across the country that are doing it. And at around 3:45, 3:50 or so, we're going to be hopping on a call with Brandon, actually, and he's going to be leading us all, kind of wrapping up the event, leading us in a closing prayer. So excited to be doing that with him. So
that's awesome.
Just a reminder for you guys that if you guys are watching live, to join us around 3:50. If you have to hop off, hop back on 3:50. Take a 10-minute personal break, whatever you need to, and finish out the last little bit of the 24-hour fundraising event with us. One of the ways that you got so heavily involved with us at the rescue mission was the rescue ride. Tell us a little bit about that.
the rescue ride. Gosh, I just want to tear up thinking
Yeah,
about
me,
it
me
because
too.
in September it was 5 years that we did that ride, and I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, how did that go? That 5 years go by so fast.
Mhm.
But the rescue ride was a ride that we did in September in the fall of 2019. There was 10 riders. I actually was just knew nothing about the mission. I CrossFit at Shenandoah CrossFit at the time, and Brandon, the CEO here at the time, was would come in and CrossFit as well. And he came in one day and he said, "I have this crazy idea," and I was like, "Well, what's that?"
Yeah, Brandon with the crazy idea.
Yeah, just who would ever
who would have
guess?
thought?
Who would have thought? So I said, well, what's that? And he said, I want to ride motorcycles across the country and raise awareness for homelessness and mental illness. And I'm like, something clicked in my brain as soon as he said it. One, motorcycles. Okay, I'm in.
All right.
And mental illness. I knew nothing about homelessness when he brought that up, and I didn't even know who he was, actually. I knew he came into the gym and worked out with us. That's all I knew. So I knew nothing about the mission, but so it didn't go very far. And then a week or so later, he comes in again. He said, I'm really thinking about that idea. And I'm like, yeah. And he said, yeah. And I said, well, I'd finished my master's, but I was taking the summer off because I wanted to spend some time with my niece because she kind of went through the whole school thing with me. And, that takes a lot of time. So I wanted to spend some time with her. And so anyway, I wasn't sure which direction I was going. So I feel like this is a God thing in my life. Like he was leading me along my path and showing me the next part of my journey. And anyway, Brandon and I got to talking. He said, well, come on by the mission. I was like, what, where is the mission? What? I don't know. And he goes, it's the building with the mural on it down on Cameron Street. Come by this Thursday. We have a community partner meeting. Come on by and people from the community come in and we just navigate helping people experiencing homelessness. I said, okay. So I came by that Thursday. I walked through the door, signed my consents, went to the meeting, and kept coming back.
That was it.
That was it. Like, I was in. Like, I felt this overwhelming feeling of like I was in the right place. Like, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So I jumped on that opportunity and I kept coming and ended up doing case management here. But I did go on the ride. So the ride was 10 riders. I was the only female on that trip.
Right on.
It would have been 2 females on that trip if you'd had a bike back then.
If I had my license at that point.
But anyway, we went from Winchester to LA over approximately 10 days, I guess, something like that. And we stopped at rescue missions all the way across the country. Stayed the night, learned what they were doing there that we could bring back here, taught them things that we were doing here that could help them. And just really interacted with the residents. And it was an overwhelming experience for me. I will never forget it. When September comes around every year, like I just said, you can tell I'm kind of choked up now talking about it because it changed my life. Like it completely changed my life and my view on homelessness and everything about it. Yep. So, and thinking about, oh gosh, it's too cold to come out here. No, it's not too cold. We need to experience this. We need to sit out here and realize what it's like for somebody who does not have a home. When I get to go home every night and crawl in my bed, and we just want to make us. It just makes me want to work harder and help wherever I can help to try to solve this problem, or at least minimize it as much as we can, so people do not have to try to sleep in a tent in 3-degree weather.
It was really difficult to move inside last night, knowing just how cold it was, and knowing that there are individuals out there who this is a everyday reality for them, right?
Yep.
And I want nothing more than to advocate for them and make sure that those individuals have access to resources in the facilities that they need. Sarah, you are one of the most passionate people I know, and I love your heart for people, and you are willing to do whatever it takes to help somebody that you feel so called to help. And that's one of your best qualities. And I loved working with you. And
we ain't done working yet.
Nope.
We got a lot of work to do yet.
Aren't. And
well, thank you for that. I appreciate.
I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm grateful for your tenacity. your spunky feistiness, your ability.
I think she sounds like she's talking about herself, because that's how I feel about you. Like,
I
all
love,
those things.
I love you and your passion to serve others and help others that are maybe so frequently looked at as inconveniencing, or that are inconveniencing for others to help, and you step in and you say, no, here am I, and let me step into the arena to help, and I love that about you.
Well, I will say, one of the driving forces of that, or behind that, and it's not all that, but is one thing that Brandon Thomas said to me when I first walked through the doors of the Winchester Rescue Mission, and that is, our job here is to love people well.
Yeah.
And I think about that sentence, that statement every day. Every day when I get up, and every day when I go to bed. Like, my goal, even if I mess up in the day, I don't do the best job I can do. Maybe there's some things I don't know out there. Well, there's a lot of things I don't know out there regarding mental health, mental illness, and homelessness and things like that. But at the end of the day, my goal is to love people well.
Yeah.
And that's my driving force. And when I do that, that's what pays us back, right?
Yep.
That's what keeps me coming back, is that I get this opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
And it's a privilege.
Yep. I say the same thing. I was sharing with somebody last night with Fletcher, my little guy. I never say I have to go to work. I say I get to go to work today, because I see it just as such a privilege to get to be able to do something that I really love, to work with people that I love. And it's tough, and it's messy and dirty, and you got to get gritty a lot of times. We talk a lot about grit.
We talk a lot about grit and grace.
But man, what just a privilege it is to serve in the ways that we get to serve, and feel like we are contributing something, but then walk away with tenfold of what we get to experience. And that's just been
100%.
Just such a blessing for me. And you were a blessing to me and to others, to this organization, to our staff, and so many of our residents and graduates. And I love you, and I'm so grateful for all that you do for us in the community.
Well, I appreciate it. You just said it there with the last word as well, right? Like, it takes a village.
Yeah.
We hear that a lot. I've heard it my whole life. It takes a village, right? And we're in one of the best communities out there. There's a lot of great people in this town, a lot of great people. We got Valley Health, literacy volunteers. I probably shouldn't start naming people off, because I'm going to miss naming people.
Yeah, I know.
But all the community organizations out there that we're all in this together, right?
Yeah.
And we got to keep just trudging through the mud and trying to find the best solutions we can to ending homelessness.
Yeah.
And you're a blessing to this community, Lauren Clouse.
I appreciate that.
We love that you're the CEO of the mission. You're doing a fantastic job.
I appreciate that.
You got a great staff. I love all the people in this building.
Yeah,
residents,
man,
staff,
me too. Yeah.
volunteers. Thank you for all the people that volunteer.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And we're getting it done, right? We're all getting it done, working together. So thank you for having me up here. I love you.
Love you too.
And and hope you have a good rest of your day. It's almost here. And thanks for the reminder at 3:50, right?
Yep, 3:50. Tune in on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll be screen sharing, and we'll be closing out our 24-hour fundraiser. Holy goodness, I can't believe that it's already. I mean, we're in the last 2 hours, 3 hours. What time is it? That's 2 hours. Man, it's flown by. Well,
all right. Well, there's people here waiting, and I got to get to my other job, so I'm gonna sign off. But the work here never stops. We got to keep it going. So, love you guys. Thank you, everybody, and just keep doing what we do.
Keep on keeping on.
Love you, girl.
All right, love you too. Thanks, Sarah.
All right.